Betty was a happy girl. She played the piano and she was totally into jazz. One day she decided to be a musicologist. That's when the troubles began. Dealing with tough and inaccessible institutions. Jumping from one archive to another without knowing what to expect. Wasting hours in creepy archives, looking through catalogs and dusty shelves. Losing time and money looking for help. Chasing and begging experts for information. Going through a large quantity of mostly useless messages. Troubles while recalling or focusing on relevant and critical pieces of the music tracks. Difficulty in managing and updating annotations. Dealing with obstacles in interpretative collaboration. Betty was going to give up on everything, but
Siena Jazz is a cultural association promoting seminars and courses for high-level musicians. Siena Jazz also houses the Arrigo Polillo Study Center, where the important activity of collecting and organizing rare material takes place. The Arrigo Polillo Study Center facilitates a professional Afro-American musicology course. Musicologists typically work on audio tracks, so they are particularly sensible to the problems of archiving, retrieving, and using the database resources. There are 12 students. Most of them are also musicians. They are all young field experts and share informal group relations. They also possess basic technology skills and visually move from one place to another, engaged in a network of friendships and contacts.
Ogni volta che devo recuperare brani, dischi, registrazioni, mi tocca girare fra collezionisti, negozi di dischi, fiere, archivi, per poi magari trovare il brano senza poter collaborare con altri collezionisti o altre fonti di informazioni, contestualizzando il brano e capendone di più.
Examining the existing technologies, we realize that all of them are made for specific purposes and cannot be used for combined and related tasks. CD players and Walkmans for music listening, tools for musical writing, notepads for taking notes, and communication tools to send and receive messages. We thought to combine all those functions into a single portable tool. This tool would allow the user to listen to songs either from a CD or by recalling them from a remote archive. We then made up different prototypes for each aspect of our tool, testing them in 7 separate sessions. The evaluation was carried out with a think aloud, questionnaires of visibility, and recordings or through direct observation. We tested 6 different clay mock-ups of the objects, asking users to grip and handle them, to write on the display with a pen, and push the buttons. Before arriving to the final version, we also designed different headphone and handle shapes. Initially, the object was too large and heavy and could not accommodate different hand shapes. The button position, however, was easily accessible. Since our tool was designed to retrieve songs from an archive, we used a hard paper mock-up to test the users with the first data research system. The prototype consisted of a series of time hierarchical menus. The user chose an attribute to start with. Then he selected the item and then progressively refined the search by recalling the other attributes, for example, leader, title, year, and day of recording. The users appreciated the absence of a keyboard and the choice of attributes for the searching operations, but some problems occurred with the data representation. The menu often required too much time, and the number of hits could not be revealed until the end of the search. Pieces of paper were given to the musicologists to take notes on while listening to our songs. They could mark the most interesting fragments on a time slider. At the same time, one of us manually operated the stereo system according to the user's request. Users appreciated both the organization of the work area and the possibility of manipulating the music track to create markers and contextualize personal notes. A length of 6 seconds was deemed appropriate for each musical piece. We ended up choosing the data visualization system named Starfield, created by Alberg and Schneiderman, and made some prototypes on the computer. We tested the functions that we added to the original version. We tested the searching of a song using alpha sliders. Aggregates could be made by using colors to identify the results of a search. We then test the Lens tool to highlight records with particular features, personal notes, teaching cards, and records to exchange. Out of these tests on working functions, as well as numerous others, a final version was born. We called it Beat. Beat is a portable tool made for the listening and analysis of music. It allows distance searching in a musical database and requires a wide-range wireless communication system for operation. At the moment, the most promising standard is DECT. According to the user's needs, we chose a pen-based display so that observations and personalized symbols could be easily marked. The handle fits perfectly in any kind of hand shape. The body of the object can be reshaped to fit both the right hand and the left hand while at the same time maintaining its original ergonomical features. The digital cordless earphones can be stored along the back side of Beat. The earphones also allow the user free use of both hands while listening to the music. The elastic band attached to Beat can be used as a cover for the screen as well as a safety band when holding the object by the hand. The band can also roll itself up and be used to prop up Beat into a more comfortable raised viewing position.
È carino, Lo compro.
Betty wants to write a paper on Charles Mingus. She takes Beat and starts her work. She wants to specifically examine the period of collaboration between Charles Mingus and the singer Dinah Washington. She selects the item Mingus from the author's filter. And after having chosen musician from the optional filters, she selects the Washington item. 4 titles appear on the screen, and as she wants to systematically listen to all of them, she gathers them in an aggregate. She chooses to listen to Wise Woman Blues. The musicological data of the piece is visualized into the information space. After having read it, she presses the play button and selects the workspace icon in order to take some notes. During the first listening session, she focuses on the basic passages, using a marker to locate a meaningful passage, and writing brief notes that she drags into the marker icon. During the second listening session, she tries to analyze the structure of the track more in depth, noting some observation in the text window and transcribing the main theme on the score. She realizes that the punctual analysis associated with the first marker is too concise and decided to search for help, selecting the See Markers option from the palette. There is a collaborative marker left over in the area that was causing her problems. She opens it and reads it. The note clarifies her doubts. She erases the marker after reading. As she is collaborating with Carla, decides to send her a portion of her work. She calls in the communication space. A carbon copy of the piece she most recently selected appears on the screen, and she selects the marker she wants to send. In the end, she draws up the form obtained by the stamp icon selection and sends this communication card to her friend Carla and to the server.